On May 13th of 2009, a little over 10 years ago, there was a video uploaded to a channel called Nizoch. This video showed footage of a tech test for a game being currently worked on by an indie developer. The name for it was simply called Cave Game. A decade passes by and the game goes by a different name now, and becomes the best-selling game of all time. I'm of course referring to Minecraft. With the new 1.16 update on the horizons and the game in general having a resurgence in popularity, I figured now might be a good time to do a review on it. But here's the thing, Minecraft today is such an expansive game and has so much to do that the question is, how do I review it? Well, my answer is, I don't. I'll just use someone else's review.
Isn't that stealing content?
But I'm not going to be stealing content, no. See, I had a friend of mine fill out a little questionnaire I put together on why she liked Minecraft so much, because I'm a loser. So we're going to look at her points specifically and then look to the game to see why she has those points. She'll even be talking a little bit herself about the points she made, and I'll be throwing in some of my opinions as well because my ego just can't help it. Alright, let's begin. Survival wasn't the first mode that was added to the game. Notch actually put it in later to give players the options to make the game more challenging. And with it, many new features and ways to play the game came, including the newest update. So when we look to my friend's thoughts on survival mode, I feel weird saying my friend over and over. Let's give her a name. Yeah, let's not use her username though. Let's go with a generic girl name. How about Jordan? When we looked at Jordan's thoughts on survival mode, she says that to her, survival is okay. The challenges that come from things like mobs and gathering resources for big builds is something that she likes. And looking to survival mode, yeah, these are the two main things that draw people in. Everyone remembers that first night, either finding 3 wool to make a bed or hiding in a dirt house to avoid the creepers, zombies, skeletons, phantoms, endermen. Wow, Minecraft has a lot of mobs. Everyone remembers the first time they found diamonds and then proceeded to find enough to make a full suit of armor out of it. Even building a relatively small house in survival is something that can be more satisfying than in creative because of the limitations that survival offers. This mode literally starts you with nothing, but has so much in it that you can get to a point where you have everything, and it just starts to feel like creative, especially with elytras. Now, of course, you can find diamonds and encounter mobs in creative, but it's not really the same experience. When you look at it, creative mode is just one thing, building. Survival is where so much of the game lies. Survival is building, but it's also an RPG. It's an exploration game. It's an action-adventure game. Half of the time it's a mining simulator. It can even be a farming game. I even know people who said they only use creative mode just to help plan for their builds in survival. So, with all of this in mind, why would she think survival mode is just okay? Well, imagine if you really like to play checkers. It's a simple game, barely any rules or strategies to know, and anyone can pick it up pretty easily. But then, one day, I approached you and told you you needed to play chess because it has so many more pieces and strategies that change up the game. It's clear to see why it can be fun, sure, but there are just some people who want to relax and play a simple game of checkers. So let's talk about the checkers of Minecraft.
This mode is what the game was originally made to be for. Just building anything you can think of. There are no rules to follow, no limitations set, it's just you. And a blank canvas and an infinite amount of blocks at your disposal. And another thing about creative mode is that you have the freedom to make anything that you want to build. You can do this in survival, sure, but like Will said before, there's so much more to manage and do in survival. For example, in both survival and creative, you can build a huge castle, but in survival, your castle will probably either be made of 1 to 2 materials, or it will take months to complete because the amount of resources you will have to get. In creative though, I could just build that same castle in a couple of hours with as many resources as I want. And that's what mostly draws me more to creative mode rather than survival. I like the freedom of just being able to say, I want to make this thing, and then just start making it right away. Plus in creative mode, I can be more creative, no pun intended. I can also add finer details to buildings and decorations that you really wouldn't use in survival because you don't want to waste too many resources. And you can also find new ways to make a structure or a building, or just experiment with like redstone.
And I can hear everyone in the comments saying, we know all this and you can do all the same things in survival. And you're right. But I think when it comes to games like this, games where you can build or create what you want, it doesn't always have to be a challenge. Not everything has to be so complex. In a way, it can be therapeutic. Only having to focus on one thing and letting everything else fade in the background. Hell, I even remember one summer where a friend and I just built an entire city in creative mode. We got to know each other a lot better through building that city. Because we didn't ever have any challenges or limitations to quote-unquote worry about in the game, so we could talk about whatever. Now, you may think we're finished, but there is one last subsection to talk about. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Can you tell me which one of these things is not like the other before I finish this? Yeah, I first thought it's a little weird that in a game like Minecraft, things such as minigames would be as popular as they are. But before I throw my entire opinion around, let's take a look at Jordan's.
I like to play video games with friends, and Minecraft is something I can always count on to play with them. And there's usually a bond, at least one mini game that each person likes. And even if you don't have any friends,
Why did we cut to me?
you can always play with people online.
Yeah, that's a good point. And again, I can hear everyone typing on the keyboard saying, that's literally any video game that has multiplayer in it. But the key differences between Minecraft and like Call of Duty is one, a person is way more likely to already have Minecraft because of how popular it is. And two, well, as she said, there's bound to be at least one minigame that each person likes. And that's true. There's minigames like Bed Wars, Parkour, Hunger Games, Spleef, Sky Wars, Build Battles, Build Swap. Honestly, with the way Minecraft is designed, almost any minigame you can think of can be played. Hell, if you don't want to pay a stupid monthly fee or learn the impossible task that is known as port forwarding to make a server, you can just hop on one of the minigame ones and play the base game with your friends from there. On the surface, this mode seems kind of out of place for the game, but really, it's a way for people with enough ingenuity to recreate any game they want and make new ones. It's like Roblox, except better. I'm gonna get so much hate for that. So the point of this video is what? I don't know, I'm bored and in quarantine and I just wanted to make a review video, but I wanted someone else to write the script for me. No, but honestly, I think I just wanted to show how Minecraft is really a game that I think anyone can enjoy. And I brought someone along to help me prove that point. So if you haven't played Minecraft before this, I don't know, do whatever you want, but it is a fun game. It's like a wise man once said.
It has a little something for everyone.